you leave that opening for a smart boxer. It's just curtains. I ain't saying he gonna knock him out, but it's just you can't.
Well, you know, I mean, I do predict a knockout. Me and Tone both. And see, Tone brought up earlier. He brought up the left hook, and that's why I kind of wanted to leave it out for a second, because I think like a lot of things we were talking about were we talked a little bit about inside fighting, and we were talking about really like long distance, long range fighting. Yeah, but I think when Pacquiao does try to get reckless, I think Floyd's antidote for that, or his kryptonite for that, is the left hook, is the check left hook. And see, especially with a southpaw, right? A left hook is sort of like it's like that pit bull that's in the house when you break in it and you didn't know it was in the house. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I think that could be the punch that Marquez is Pacquiao.
Right. He knocked Marquez down with a leaping left hook. You know, the punch that knocked Floyd knocked Marquez down in that fight was a left hook. It's very sneaky. You really don't expect Floyd to throw it. He pretty much throws his right hand from every angle. Right. He has a great jab, and he'll dig to the body with that, with either with his jab or his straight right. But that left hook, I'm quite sure he's working on it, because it goes right over Pacquiao jab hand. Pacquiao doesn't really jab as much. He just sticks it out there for his 1-2. He's coming over, with his straight left.
Right. And see and feel free to jump in right when you hear a good point. See, the thing about the left hook for Floyd is that that's his best punch. And then going against a southpaw, like the head is closer to your left hand. That's why it's a punch that a lot of guys could sleep on in this fight. And see, the thing that's interesting too, because you brought up Marquez, right? And the whole Marquez wars, right? And this is something Bradley really wasn't able to do with Pacquiao, right? Like Bradley wasn't quite able to win the psychological war. Marquez put Pacquiao through psychological hell. That's why he didn't want to fight him. He didn't like fighting Marquez. If you look at before this last fight, it took him 3 years to rematch him after every fight. So and it did. I think to a large degree why he avoided this fight. That's another subject. But I think to a large degree he didn't want to go through that psychological war with Floyd and see like shit like feints.
Marquez killed him with them feints. Oh man. I don't know what it was. It was just the feints was nasty, and then he just set it up. He set it up that whole fight.
If you look at how he controlled distance, Marquez controlled the range. Like, Pacquiao was coming forward a lot. I mean, he was super aggressive against Marquez. But Marquez controlled the fight. He controlled, the engagement. This is where we're going to engage. Every time there was an engagement, Marquez set that trap. Like, this is where we gonna punch here. We ain't gonna punch here. We gonna punch here every time.
That's where see with that, right? See, that's good-ish, right? See, with that, like, because people talk about, and it is going to be a factor in the fight for Pacquiao when he throws his wild combinations, right? From different angles and different things. But it's like my folks, Tehran, when he was watching the fight, he said Pacquiao, he gets strong in certain parts of the ring, right? So with the run in that people say Floyd is going to do and all that, let's talk ring general shit, right? And I think Floyd is like the best at we gonna fight here. We're not gonna fight right there. We gonna fight here, dictating where we gonna fight at. So like I think like with the wild shit, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna make it interesting early on, even. But it's, to me, the wild stuff is sort of like a timing mechanism for Floyd.
Right.
Like the more you start doing it, then the more I'm gauging when to attack you. And then see the reason why Pacquiao does not have a chance to win this fight, in my opinion, all Floyd got to do is beat him, is that Floyd likes to do things that bother Pacquiao. Things that give him problems. Floyd actually likes to do this type of stuff, right?
That's all
so,
he knows.
That's all
right. So
That's all he knows. It's not even what he likes.
Right.
This is what he is. How I learned how to fight.
But peep though, like when guys. When he lets dudes flurry, when Floyd lets dudes flurry, and he's basically just rolling with the punches.
Setting traps.
One thing he likes to do is like when a guy stops, as soon as he stops and he's kind of tired out, then he goes to the body, boom, and then he starts because he knows the guy isn't really, he's been throwing these flurries, so he ain't really in a good position to stamina-wise to return punches. Yeah. So when Pacquiao does all those flurries and stuff like that, those are gonna be traps for Floyd. Man, to body shots, check hook.